reality shows are all kind of the same. It's just a bunch of trashy people.
Yeah.
People who you wonder how the fuck did they get here?
But they're
Why
hot,
are they
trashy people.
Sometimes they're not.
Actually, wait, what show are you talking about?
Pretty much almost all of them, but the one I'm talking about specifically is Love is Blind. A new season came out and it's set in Houston. Everybody on the show is from Houston.
Is that the one that we watched that one time? Like we watched it.
That was years ago. I think we binged like the whole show.
So the idea is
we were
that
drinking
they're
years ago.
The men and the women are on two opposite sides of a wall. They can't see each other, but they talk, right? Like through the wall.
Yes,
they don't
exactly.
see each other at all.
Yes, they don't see each other literally until they've
Proposing.
decided to propose.
They're all hot, dude. I remember them all being hot.
That season,
So your chances are good that hopefully
I will say the people.
there's like a
on there,
racist chick.
that has happened.
They fucking pull it up and you're Mexican.
There's for sure been times where like they see the other person, they're like, oh,
They're like, "Ew, I didn't know he had a gap in his teeth.
I didn't think
that
he would
hurts.
be so. I didn't think he would be bald.
I didn't think he'd be bald. Gross.
Yeah, that's the thing though. If they really wanted to make it messy, they'd sprinkle in some ugly people. Half of them would be disgustingly hot. Half of them would be not attractive, and all of them have to be interesting.
It's funny because all the hot people that go on there, they have nothing. They have nothing to give.
No, dude.
No.
Like they're not funny.
Yeah.
They're always like, oh, I'm hot. I have a lot of Instagram followers, and then the other person's like, ew.
That wraps up Love Island, bro.
Yeah.
In a sentence.
They're all
fucking-
hot and stupid.
Yeah, they're all airheads, but they're all pretty hot.
Yeah.
They're all pretty fucking hot.
I would think, like I've only seen like an episode or two of Love Island. They're, in my opinion, hotter on Love Island than they are on Love is Blind.
By a mile.
Love is Blind, they're kind of, I wouldn't say they're ugly. I would honestly say they're average, or some of them are slightly above an average looking person. But they're not. No one on there has been like, oh my god, like that's a really good looking person.
And I will say no one is normal because they all have like good money.
yeah,
Like all of them have like, if you see their Instagrams, they have nice cars or they have houses. Like they're all
some
pretty
of them
well
are a
set.
little down bad. Some of them
Some
are
of them
A little down bad. They're really hoping for love.
Yeah,
Some of them
they're-
For some blind love.
They're hoping for a sugar mom.
There's this one character. He's a guy. He's not right. Character. He's a real man.
Yeah.
He lives in Houston.
Like he's a character from a book.
He
or something.
walks among us.
He walks among us.
He's a real guy.
He's a firefighter, right? His name is
Hot.
Hot. His name is
Hot.
JP, right?
I'm trying to remember him so bad.
He looks just like such a basic white dude, kind of swole.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And dude, everything is funny. Every scene he's in, every piece of clothing he has, at least either his shirts or his shorts, his sunglasses, has an American flag.
Yeah.
Oh,
Every-
I didn't know what you were gonna say.
Everything. Bro, they, at one point, him and like the chick he gets proposed to, or he proposed to, they go to Cancun, and he's wearing an American flag
Bro.
shorts and an
Yeah.
American flag like shirt
What
or
a
sunglasses.
dickhead.
And like at one point, he's laying in bed with her, and they're having an argument, and he gets mad, and he gets up, and his shorts are American flag basketball shorts.
What a piece of garbage.
Bro, that
dude.
guy sucks.
so
How do you
man.
feel about that? I remember when the American flag used to be a cool pattern, like when I was in high school. And
Really?
someone had a pair of American like flag socks with like a pair of Jordans or something.
Yeah.
Or, like
man.
funky. I was like, that's cool. But then you get older and you realize what America is, and you're like, I don't want to
Nah,
put
man.
this on
Honestly,
me.
I love my country, but I would never fucking wear. That's
Yeah.
not my thing. Like that's not the style I want to put out into the world.
It's not even my favorite flag.
No, the design is not that great.
ass.
What is America's weird, man? Because I do love this country, but I also you hate it. Are we spoiled kids?
But you also
We're
kind of
spoiled
hate
kids.
it.
We're spoiled kids.
You certainly have to hate it, right? Like,
Yeah.
We're spoiled kids. That's exactly what. Anyone
but
else
it's better
in the world,
than so many other countries out there.
Oh, yeah.
so
anywhere
many.
else in the world, they want to fucking come here.
Yeah.
Except for
Yeah.
like Europe, where they're like, man, that kind of sucks.
Yeah,
But
there's probably
they're
like
fucking-
10,
they're-
15 countries that would be
they're-
better than here.
they're
But it's
lame
also
anyways.
our reality. Like reality. It's like we only know this.
It's all
We only know
relative.
living in this.
Yeah.
So we're not going to be like, oh, it's bad, but we could be in Denmark and it could be way better.
Yeah,
Until you actually live in Denmark, and you're like,
Yeah.
okay, Denmark. Like I have
like, there's no black people here, dude.
there's no black people.
In
They're
fact,
all racist.
In fact, there's nobody but white and blonde people here.
Honestly, like,
yeah.
It's like, how is this the happiest place on earth? Everybody's fucking
Everybody's
racist.
white.
Yeah.
Everybody's white. So I have a friend who he's from Canada, and he grew up there for like maybe 10 or 11 years. Like just,
Canada.
and he was telling me that because I was asking him because his parents still live there. I was asking him like how because he has dual citizenship too, so he has citizenship here and for Canada. And I was asking him like about the healthcare there. I was like, oh, is it awesome? Like he was saying it kind of sucks because you have to wait a long time. So
That's what I've heard.
Because everyone has it.
yes, like
But what if you have like an emergency? Let's say
if
like
you have an emergency, they'll get you pretty quick. Like if you broke your arm,
Yeah.
or if you like broke your collarbone, they'll get you quick. But for instance, he was telling me his grandma needed some X-rays done,
Yeah.
and they didn't get back to her for 6 months. And it turns out she had cancer,
that's
and the
rough.
cancer had progressed. So it's like that fucking sucks. You know what I mean? Like that could have been there could have been more done to prevent it, but because the system is like that, they got fucked. So he told me a lot of people from Canada they come here to get their medical work done.
Yeah.
There needs to be more organization. Maybe there should be like you can speed it up if you pay, or like certain.
You can't do that because then it defeats the system that they have over there. Because everybody pays, they pay their.
There can't
taxes.
be rules like this. You can't do that one because this one.
Yeah.
because things like that where the information that you're getting from the test or whatever is like crucial. Those things should move faster.
Yes.
There should be like a different system for those type of injuries, and then different injuries they can work through the regular hospital. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I would think
There's got to
so,
be a
but-
different way to organize
But
this.
government systems are just never efficient, man.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
always very slow moving, and people just get lost in the cards, lost in the shuffle.
Like no government is perfect.
Probably
No,
trying to make it as
absolutely
cheap as
not.
possible too, because they're the one who are they have our funding, but they're the ones who are paying for it. The extra money goes back to them for other
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah,
So they're trying their
exactly.
best to cut costs and stuff like that.
But yeah, I think Gio's right. Like your experience colors where you're from and stuff. Like there's probably people from other countries who are like the countries that we think are dope, and they're just like, I fucking hate it here and I want to
Yeah.
leave.
Yeah.
You know. So
It's
it's all varied.
Weird country. What's y'all's favorite flag? There a cool flag out there y'all like? I'm trying to think. I don't think I have a fave flag.
I think I have one. I just have to remember what country it is.
France is kind of cool, to be honest. No,
French
it's
flag?
not. The yellow.
I like
red, yellow, black.
Korea's flag.
France doesn't have.
Korea's flag is funky.
France is just
That's Germany.
Korea has
Yeah,
That's Germany.
Germany.
France is red, white, and blue also, but
Yeah,
different,
it's
different
just-
organization
in a different way.
It's,
It's,
vertical.
Parallel. Yeah. Just boom, boom, boom.
What? Wait, you said what is Korea? Korea's just some Korean writing.
The
No, no, no,
Kosovo
it's
It's a
flag.
red and blue.
Korea is white,
That's Japan.
and then it has black like little things, and it has like a red and blue.
Look at this
circle.
fucking flag.
Where's that?
That's
Kosovo.
Kosovo.
That's in Europe, right?
Yeah.
That's a nice color
that
scheme,
bitch
dude.
is stiff.
I bet they have banging soccer jerseys. I bet they have some
Are
clean
they right
soccer
next
jerseys.
to? They're right next to Russia.
No, they're by like Macedonia and shit.
Those are like-
Macedonia.
those are like those Eastern European countries where I just don't know
Yeah,
what the fuck is.
what are they
happening.
doing
They're
over
by
there?
Russia.
What do you think is going on in Macedonia? I'm picturing Vikings fighting the large creatures that don't live anywhere else.
They're all basically Russian.
Yeah.
Pretty much everybody in that part of the world is just Russian.
Macedonia. No,
Because it was
Macedonia.
all one thing, right? Like at one point it was all like, the Soviet, and before that it was like the Ottoman Empire. It was all one fucking thing.
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Soviet Empire had absorbed everything and then eventually broke off.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
the stragglers made their own countries.
Pretty much.
And the rest got stuck with
Countries-
Putin and Russia. And
Exact countries that Russia doesn't really recognize as like the way Russia sees it is like, okay,
It's all to Russia.
You're
That's
still
the
part
Ukraine
of us.
situation. They want to come back and take off the shit that
Yes.
got away.
Exactly.
The little pieces of food getting away. I want these
Little
back.
pieces of food, they're little, but it's weird because
Get
like
back here.
there's family members like because they're so close. There's people who are like in Macedonia and Ukraine, like Kosovo, places like
Yeah.
that, who they have a lot of family in Russia and vice versa because, like I just said, it was shared. People
Yeah.
they would just travel between countries and they were all the same family and shit.
Whatever happened to that war? What's going on?
It's funny. It's just still going
It's
on.
still going
Yeah.
on, bro.
I mean, the only thing I hear about now is like Biden is sending money, X amount of money to Ukraine, and everyone's mad about it. That is the only news I hear about it now. I don't know what the fuck.
How do you
is
feel
going
about
on.
that? Do you agree that that we Biden should be sending money to Ukraine or should we not? What do you think?
They always are like, we could spend it on homeless people and blah blah.
they
blah.
would never spend it on.
Bro,
homeless
they would
people.
never. First and foremost, they'd never spend it on homeless people, and if they did, they'd be mad about that too. They'd be
Yeah.
like, "What are they fucking spending all that? I need the money, bro." And
Just
and
give it to me.
the amount that we're giving them, I truly don't think it's a speck, bro. And the amount of money that we're in debt for, and all the money that's moving around every day,
Yeah.
I don't think
I
because
don't know, man.
we'd be
It's
sending them a few
billions.
billion.
It's billions of dollars. Like I
Fucking
think more than
Elon Musk has got a
100
bunch of
billion.
those, a few dozen of those. He's got a dozens
know,
of
man.
those.
They need to
After-
stop calling us. Call Elon.
Yeah, call Elon. Somebody call Elon.
That's
Elon's-
Hammer.
After his shitty Twitter investment, I don't know if he really has
That boy
Sure.
broke.
as many B's
that
as he
boy's
does
broke.
before. He spent way too many B's on Twitter.
That
boy
is
is
absurd to drop a few B's like that.
He's
dude.
like, let me just
He
drop
dropped
a few
4
B's
B's like
He's
that.
let me see. I think I know how to run a social media. Fuck no.
What did he drop? He bought it for 55, right? Something like that.
55B. It's worth probably less than half that now.
Yeah.
Definitely
Yeah.
less
It
than
wasn't
that.
worth that when he bought it.
I think
No,
when he
it
bought
wasn't.
it, it was
He
worth
bought it.
like 40 something, and now it's worth like
Yeah, he paid a premium.
a quarter of that or something crazy.
Ridiculous. But
Poor
going back
guy,
to
He's
all right,
fucked.
Biden and Ukraine.
No, he's not. He's fine.
Biden and Ukraine. So Gio, do you support it? Sending money over to Ukraine?
Sure, yeah.
I'm cool with it. Sure. So
That's okay.
I don't think of it as them trying to help out Ukraine. I think of it as we're trying to fuck up Russia.
And we're trying to stop
Yeah.
Russia from becoming.
We're trying to lower gas prices. You want to spend $2.50 at the gas station? Some Russians gotta die.
If a big boy like that starts pushing countries around, you have to
You gotta
have
do
to
something.
stop him, bro.
Yeah.
And we're stopping him with our puppet Ukraine.
Yeah.
Like we're we're not getting fucked over in any way from this aside from financially. You
Yeah,
know what I
that's-
mean? We're
that's
just
all
sending
it
them
is.
money so that they can die and take care of the problem.
That's true.
Which
I
is
also,
fucked, but like
I also see
need
the other
to.
side of the coin though, because there are a lot of problems here that they've just ignored. You know what I mean? Like the whole
Yeah.
housing situation and shit,
Yeah.
or it's too expensive to buy houses and it's only getting more expensive.
But that's only a problem to the people in it. Whereas
like
like
who it applies to.
the government, they don't really see it as a problem.
oh, bro, they're in their mansions,
give a fuck,
chilling.
dude,
They're just
yeah.
like whatever.
But wasn't there a thing about Biden like getting checks from China?
yeah, there was.
I saw
What do you
that.
mean? Like him, like
Him and
personally.
Hunter, yeah, him and his
dude,
son.
they have done all. Don't get me wrong.
They all have.
They've all have done it. It's just very blatant. It's like I'm not surprised.
yeah.
I'm not surprised that I'm sure Biden did it, Trump did it, those before them.
Yeah.
they all
Trump's was
did.
also very blatant. He put
Yeah.
all of his like family members and stuff like that in
Oh,
like,
yeah.
high positions in companies and stuff.
It's of course.
It's all goofball shit going on.
It is all goofball shit. And this is why this fucking country is slowly sinking. That's why we
Yeah.
have a problem. And that's why China is chugging along strong because everyone wants to take care of Mother China.
But
Yeah.
no, they
And
have
all of
problems.
us, we're just trying to like step over each other to get a little money.
They have problems too, though, bro. They have
They
a very
do.
very aging population.
The wealth gap must be ridiculous over
The
there.
wealth gap
Yeah,
is
you
crazy.
You can't grow shit over there.
Yeah.
Right? They don't
got
have
problems.
Social angst.
Yeah, there's a lot of social angst. They have a fucking blocked internet.
Yeah.
That's
That
fucking
sucks.
nuts. Imagine you try to
Oh.
get on Google and you can't get on Google.
Yeah, I think we forget what the fuck is going on over there.
It's
Yeah.
At least
nuts,
I do.
Bro. Yeah, it's
I
crazy.
think it's like Japan and like other countries.
Hell no.
It's not. It's
nah. Japan,
No, it's
they have
way-
way more
having
freedom in
limited
Japan.
internet like that sucks ass.
Bro, there's everywhere you go in the streets, everything is very high tech from what I've heard in China, but they're recording everything.
Yeah.
Every single interaction. There's no privacy.
I think they have the best like country security system in the world.
I'm sure they do.
They have crazy.
Don't they
crazy
have
cameras.
the social currency system?
They do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they have, like, a
You're
social type
limited
credit
to certain
score or
services
something.
and shit if you did bad stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you've been a bad boy, then
Kind of fly. I
Yeah.
mean, if it's a good person in charge of the rating, kind of cool.
I don't think it is. I think it's just
I'll fuck with it.
the whole government.
Some
over
of
there
y'all
is,
shouldn't have shit.
Yeah, there's people are definitely going to get hit with that when they shouldn't, and the bar is probably too high for that.
Yeah.
But if you get the right people for the right stuff, that could be a useful
Could work.
could be a useful program to
I
have.
don't know, man. I don't think it's fair. Like they implemented it here. What if somebody's having a bad day and then all of a sudden they can't fucking get a lease at their apartment
Okay,
because because they yelled at a bartender at Bombshells or something.
What
you
if
know
someone
I mean?
But then why are
robs?
you yelling?
You shouldn't be
Maybe
yelling at the ladies at
Hey,
Bombshells.
listen, man.
Just to be nice to those ladies.
You should
I
be nice to
agree.
those ladies.
I think they should be
suffer
nice.
enough.
But I think
Suffer enough.
I think people have bad days.
Yeah.
Right? Like
Okay.
I'd forgive somebody. They're not a horrible person to me. They did something bad, but I don't think you send them to hell. You know what I mean?
What does this
Like,
mean though? What does this like? If I yell at somebody on the train, my score goes down. How like
It affects you some way.
Let's say it's like the Black Mirror episode. Let's say it's like that. So
Yeah.
exactly like what you just described. So let's say if you have a very negative interaction that was pretty much prompted by you,
Yeah.
then your score goes down slightly.
But that was all society fueled, right? Like, society fueled.
Yes,
Like
rate-
people around
rate
them.
each other.
Yeah, they
So,
will rate
but
each other.
is the government rating you, or can I also
I
get
think-
on there and be like, this guy sucks? He
I think
yelled
that
at
was.
me.
I think that was. It was like an app or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think let's just say in this case,
But let's take that away.
let's say you're interacting with
So
like
only government stuff. Whatever
Yeah.
they catch you doing
whatever they catch you doing.
and
Well, let's
deem
say
bad is bad.
you're at a business and you're trying to buy something and you're like doing shady business practices. You're like lying to people. You're trying to steal money.
Yeah.
You'd be rated down by that business, and they'd report that to the government, and the government would lower your score and be like, "Hey, don't give him a lease to his apartment."
You deserve that.
I kind of like that.
I think you deserve that. If you yell at somebody on the train or something, that's different. I don't think your shit should go
I
down.
don't know, man. I think it's a
Now,
slippery
but I
slope.
think you should.
I think it should go down.
You should have the fear of China in you. You should.
you should have the fear.
You shouldn't feel like it's okay to yell at people on the train.
Like I want to know why you were like yelling.
Yeah.
Why are
When
you
they,
yelling?
like?
Why are you
yelling?
Why are you gay? Who says I'm gay? You are gay. Who says I'm gay? He had that man on news.
Yo,
on like
man.
some sort of popular
It
news.
was like Uganda news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the funniest
Jesus
shit ever. heard.
Christ.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's crazy though, man. But I think that's a good system because if someone robs from you, if someone like let's say
Yeah.
someone slaps your fucking like someone gets in a fight and they're the one who was wrong.
They
and
don't deserve a new apartment.
They don't deserve that.
They don't deserve it, bro.
That's tough. Okay,
You gotta be
So
homeless.
yeah, they
now.
got to
They
be
shouldn't-
homeless.
Yes.
Maybe don't
no, I think
limit
it creates more
like,
problems than it does solutions.
But I think, and I don't think they should like fucking not let you get an apartment or like fuck your credit up to some crazy point. But
Yeah.
maybe they shouldn't let you stay in a nice neighborhood. You have to stay in the middle neighborhood. And if you keep misbehaving like that, then you go to the bad
See,
neighborhood.
this is why I like the beauty of America. You buy what you can afford.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You
Like,
no
go to
matter
the
what kind of
neighborhood,
person you are.
Yeah,
go
no,
to
you
the
could be a-
mild-mannered neighborhood.
I could be a piece of fun.
piece of garbage, but you could live in a fucking beautiful neighborhood.
Dude, I could be buying puppies and just like stranding them in a room. But my fucking restaurant is killing it.
Yeah.
And I have a crazy house in River Oaks.
Holy shit, man.
Yeah. There must be like, you ever think about that? Like all the houses when you're driving through a neighborhood?
Somebody owns them.
I
And
think
also
about that.
somebody in there, somebody in one of these houses is doing some completely out of pocket.
I think
crazy
about that all the
things.
time. Like, what are the people's like home lives like in my neighborhood? Like, because like we all have these homes, right? And like
Yeah.
I know how mine is on the inside. I know how my home life is like. But there's probably some people who have the craziest home lives where there's motherfuckers doing drugs, cooking
Yeah.
drugs. Like,
Someone in this neighborhood is doing meth.
oh,
Has
absolutely.
done it in the last week.
Y'all might be a little reaching a little bit. I don't
think
know
so?
about doing meth here.
There's a lot of functional meth addicts. Maybe someone.
Yeah, but I don't know about functioning meth.
You'd be surprised, bro. You'd be surprised. You see like random like a business truck in front of a house, and I'm just like, oh, this is just a guy from this like
Listen,
a local business. And I'm like, I
I
recognize
don't
that
think
business.
this neighborhood has thousands of houses. At least one.
Has somebody doing meth.
You think there's thousands of houses in this neighborhood?
100%, bro. At least more than 1,000.
Wow,
That's a huge neighborhood.
that's too many houses.
Because this is like
crazy.
That's too many houses.
I'm just
Crazy.
I'm just in one section. There's multiple sections.
That's true.
That connect the whole thing. So it's
Just
like,
driving here, I see at least 100.
Yeah,
So there's a
something like
bunch
that.
of houses here.
God damn. Yeah, somewhere in here, there's probably like a midget gay couple.
All right, now we're
A
getting,
little, excuse me,
Now
a
we're
little
getting more
person
reasonable.
gay couple, and they're fighting all the time.
now we're getting reasonable.
There's a hoarder somewhere in this
You know
neighborhood.
what's
dude.
funny?
Hoarder.
Somewhere.
I have seen little people in this
Yeah.
neighborhood.
That's
You have?
live,
I've
man.
seen some little people. Sometimes, like, because my office is my desk is set up right next to the window.
progression.
So I'll be working and I'll look out the window signs when people walk by, and I saw like a little lady,
Look at them go.
a little one, and she was just walking by, and I was like, wow.
Yeah. Little people, big neighborhood.
Little people, big neighborhood. That's like a reality TV show.
Dude, we
Little
should
people,
all
big
be little people. Imagine the space and the amount of. I've heard like for the environment, like short people are apparently. It would be best if there were only short people because we take up less space. You
100%.
less waste, all that stuff.
Yeah.
You eat less, you shit less. You need less.
waste.
That's true.
We need all little people. We need a shrink ray, guys. We
need
need
a shrink ray.
downsizing. We
I
need
think
Matt
we do-
Damon.
we do need that,
that
bro.
movie was horrible.
Movie was so bad.
That movie did stink.
Did we
Yeah.
did we see that together? I feel like I,
I
saw
think
that
we
with
did.
G.
I
feel
think
like
so.
That was absolutely Matt Damon's probably his worst movie.
Yeah,
One of,
that
bro.
one came like right after The Martian too. I think.
Yeah.
That movie
Which is
fucking
a sh-
stunk. And the
Yeah.
girl that looks like Yoko Ono, I
Yeah.
hate that girl.
Oh,
I
she's-
fucking hate her.
So bad.
They gave her a bad. They made her do a bad Asian accent.
It was so
No, I
bad,
think
bro.
she just had an accent.
Well, that.
She just-
That's even worse.
But it
That
didn't
was
even
just her
sound
accent.
good. Like I'm not saying like you should sound like a good Asian accent, but it sounded like a person who knows English trying to do an Asian accent. Unless I'm wrong,
I think,
but that's what it
she's-
sounded like.
I think she just actually was
because she would be like,
like English
she
was her
speaking
second
like,
language.
Yeah, she was speaking like broken English or
yeah,
something.
she'd be like, how you say queen bed or something like that.
She had a very strong
You're like, what?
Vietnamese accent.
Yeah.
She had a very strong Vietnamese accent.
Yeah,
yo, that movie was so like bizarre.
It
but
was
that's a
very
neat
bizarre.
idea.
It's a
honestly.
cool idea, but I feel like
We
in
should
the
be
third,
focusing on that.
The third act just went like
It falls
somewhere
apart.
crazy.
It gets completely out of place.
It
Just
turned
so
into like an
stupid.
immigration thing. I think.
Yeah,
It turned into
it's-
like a
exactly.
story of classes and like
Yeah.
poverty and stuff like that.
Yeah, I
Which-
saw.
They had like slums in the little tiny world.
Yeah.
It's silly, man. Speaking of like movies that kind of go fucking out of left field, I was on a plane recently and I saw two movies. I saw one called Empire of Light, and it's about this schizophrenic lady who works at a movie theater, and she's like in her early 40s.
Not a good place for a schizophrenic
No,
person.
not a good place for schizophrenic. The boss is like fucking her.
Oh god.
Oh,
So he's like taking advantage of like her illness because she's like on heavy medication, like lithium and shit, to like dull her, and she just looks really sad and depressed. And in the movie, like she's just going through the motions of her life, just whatever. And then like some young black dude gets hired at the theater. This is like in England somewhere, and he's like the only black dude. There's not that many black people in town. And he like everywhere he goes, people kind of treat him like shit, or like they come up to him and run up to him and yell the N-word at him and shit.
Oh my God.
He has a very shitty experience in the
oh,
town.
no.
Very tough experience for this guy. And he's just like a really nice guy. He has like a good spirit, good soul. He's like, his mom is a nurse, so he's very like caring of people. And like he starts to care for this lady as like a friend. And then they start fucking.
Of course,
And
As one would.
you got to get in there.
the whole movie, like what happens, like they start fucking, and then eventually other coworkers find out they're fucking, and he's like, hey, I don't think we should do this anymore. We shouldn't fuck, but like let's stay friends. She fucking has a mental breakdown.
So that never works.
Oh,
She goes crazy. She starts fucking throwing things at the wall. She gets off her medication.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Bro, she starts telling him all this shit about how she grew up. And
She's
her-
Kanye.
She, bro,
that-
she fucking goes nuts. She
In
has-
every movie, like the person with the mental problems, something like that happens, they go off the medication. Like, I'm done with it. Fuck it all.
She went off the medication, I think also initially because he was making her happy, so she went off of it.
Oh.
And she was like, I don't need it because like he's making me so happy.
She
with
became dependent on him.
Yeah. She's like, he's making me happy with his dick, so I'm going to fucking get off the medication.
Oh. All right. And then I already know what's going to happen, dude. And I know it's a whole situation. Is it a whole situation?
The movie becomes very like race centric. So what happens is this black dude, he stops seeing her, and she literally goes to a loony bin for months.
Oh shit!
And then she comes back.
A loony bin.
She comes back, and then she gets her job back.
Put her
Whatever.
in the crazy house.
And she goes to the crazy, and her and the black guy are like starting to become friends again. And he's just being nice to her, and she's being nice to him. And all these crazy skinheads are like running through the city. Like there's a group of skinheads who organize. There's like hundreds of them.
Okay.
Just
And then
randomly.
and then because the movie takes place mostly like in a theater. There's like theater workers, like a movie theater, and the workers see like all these skinheads running by, and they start like closing the doors.
What year was this, by the way?
It was 1980, I think.
The movie was made in the 80s?
No, the movie came out this year, but it was set in the 80s.
Oh, okay.
It was
It
set in
Came out
1980s.
this year. What?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't even hear about this.
All the skinheads are running by, and then the theater manager's like, "Lock the door, lock the door." So they're locking the door. The black kid, he's locking the door. He locks the door. The skinhead runs up and he's beating on the door, fucking
Zombie-like.
saying all kinds of racist shit. And, bro, legit, they look like fucking zombies.
Licking the
Jesus.
window
They're all
and shit.
pale and bald headed.
Yeah.
Bro, they fucking one of them breaks in.
Oh, no.
They go up to the black kid. They start throwing him on the ground. They start kicking him. Fucking, they beat the shit out of this poor black dude. Cops are called. Eventually, the fucking skinheads run away. They get a few of them. Fucking black kid, he's in the hospital. Crazy lady's going to visit him. And
Crazy lady's going to visit.
I'm like half in, half out of this movie. I'm like, this movie's fucking so annoying.
Yeah. Too much going on.
Too much going
It's too
on.
ridiculous.
They try
Nothing
to-
means anything.
Call
Nothing
it quits,
means
guys.
anything.
You don't need to date.
They try to throw too many things in. Like they try to throw in like romantic between her.
Maybe I should break up.
Maybe I should succumb to the pressures of racism. Or maybe you shouldn't fucking get the black guy when the skinheads are running by. Maybe you shouldn't get him to go to the window and drop the shit.
Exactly,
Maybe you should be
yeah.
like, hey, go to the back
Yeah,
right now.
That's what I was thinking. I was like,
No
bro,
black people here, guys.
why would they not? Like, I would just be like, hey, Sam. I think his name was Sam.
Yeah.
Go to the fucking back. Don't fucking.
She's
You
a
need to
crazy
duck
lady.
down. Yeah.
Yeah.
She couldn't think that much.
It was fucking ridiculous.
She's like, Sam, go up there. I'm gonna stay back here.
So the movie ends with because he had originally he had wanted to go to college, but he couldn't make it in. He couldn't afford it, and like his grades weren't good enough. At the end of the movie, he gets accepted into college, and then he goes to college, and the crazy lady, he says goodbye to her, and that's the end of the movie.
That was it?
Yeah.
Wow, so it's a story
That was-
about Sam. Crazy lady is just a
She's just
part
a-
of it.
Yeah, the story's about him. I will say the black kid. He's very good in the movie.
Yeah.
Like, he makes the movie for me. But
What
like,
was this called again?
It's Empire of Light.
So the girl never got better.
She got a little bit better, but like she has schizophrenia. Man. How
She
much
becomes
better can you-
stable.
But like
She's more
she,
stable, yeah.
She started taking the medicine and she was like,
Oh, she looks insane.
it was like a
Yeah.
happy farewell. It was like a, all right, I'll be all right.
Yeah, it
like
was.
you go on. And,
Exactly.
It's an age thing.
Can I see it, Gio? What's the lady look like? Is that Will Smith?
No,
Wait, who is
nah,
that?
Is that Will Smith?
Oh, that's not Will Smith.
That's
I,
not Will
I saw this.
He says that Will Smith.
that
Oh,
lady.
that lady does look crazy.
She looks
Olivia.
bad. She didn't say.
Out of it.
Yeah,
so
she does
that
look
movie
crazy.
was. I'm gonna give that a 6.5 out of 10.
It's a little bit of age stuff going on.
Yes,
huh?
but then I saw a
But age
banger.
stuff or
No,
age?
age.
I saw a banger. Also, aside from that, because I saw another movie called The Fablemans.
Oh.
It's about Steven. It's directed by Steven Spielberg, and it was written by him too.
Yeah.
It's about it's autobiographical. So it's about his life growing up. Such a fucking good movie.
Oh,
dude.
he's like a little kid. Yeah.
Yes, it's
oh.
like it takes place him being a little kid. And
looks like Boyhood, like very like.
it is very much
happy
like
and
Boyhood.
wholesome and
We
shit.
should never talk about Boyhood ever again.
You didn't like
You
Boyhood?
didn't like Boyhood?
As time goes on, I realize I hate that movie.
I mean,
Why?
granted, I only watched it one time.
I love the concept of them meeting every year to record to like.
That's it. That's all there is to love.
Just
There's
the concept
nothing
that
else.
it actually happened.
There's nothing going on in the movie.
That's
What
true.
do you mean? Like the story is just not interesting to you?
It's just not. It's like, okay, the parents have issues, but that's really the only. Like the kid doesn't really like grow.
That's true.
Nothing really happens during the movie.
I think the kid is not interesting.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
was my issue.
They gave
The
him
guy-
nothing to do.
The guy
No,
is
they
not
didn't.
interesting, or they gave him nothing to do. Like I think that was the main flaw. But I dig it so much because of the
The
concept.
concept is cool.
Yes.
Yes.
yeah. Because you're just watching the whole life play out through his eyes.
Yes.
He's not really doing anything.
He's
There's
doing-
just stuff going on around him, and he's just ooh.
Yeah, for those unfamiliar, Boyhood was a movie shot actually here in Houston.
Yes, that is true.
The director, what he did is he found this kid when the kid was 5 years old, and he found like the actors. It was like Ethan Hawke and I forgot the lady's name.
They're actually together in real life, I think.
Oh,
Or
they
they
are?
were married.
I didn't
Yeah.
know.
Cool.
So what he would do is the director, he would meet up to record with them like once every year. So and he did it for more than I think 15 years.
Yeah.
So he got to see the kid grow up. So when you get to see the kid grow up from 5 to like 20, 21 years old, and you get to see different points of his life, and it's the same actor because it's the same kid. It's kind of a really cool concept.
It is a really cool concept.
But
what if he got shittier at acting as he got older, though?
That's why I think.
What if somebody got fat?
Oh my god!
You have to
imagine
lose
that.
weight, dude. Please.
Please.
He's like, oh, Colonel, I just...
You're ruining my picture.
You're ruining my picture.
Right, we're shooting
my motion
once-
picture. I'm trying to shoot a motion picture here.
We're shooting once a year. Like,
Yeah.
come on, you got to keep it together.
Yeah.
You got to keep it together.
You gotta keep
That's
it
a lot of
together.
pressure on you as a kid.
Yeah.
I know.
No, it's not even. That must be a strange feeling. Like, you're young at first, and you know this is a movie. I'm shooting a movie or whatever. But as you get older, you realize this is a movie. This is a movie, and like that has to set on you more and more as you get older.
It must be kind of cool, and then you finally see
Yeah.
it come out. You're like, that's the fucking most awesome thing.
You probably feel like the man, dude.
Oh,
And
the
then it
last
comes
time-
out and it gets awards and shit.
That's the last time we ever saw that kid.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
Never seen him
because
again.
he's probably not a very good actor.
Yeah, I don't think he's like
not.
a real actor. I think he was
Yeah.
just like some kid that the director found, and like,
He got lucky.
yeah, the kid got lucky. You know what I mean?
That's wild. Speaking of kids, dude, y'all see what Blueface did?
No, what did he
No.
do?
Blueface put up a picture. Okay, so Blueface and his girlfriend, they're out of control, dude.
Krayshawn?
Yeah, one of these days, Krayshawn. One of these days, you
Krayshawn.
gotta like Google, you gotta like look up their names on Twitter or something and read about what's going on. They're fucking out of control. One of those people is gonna kill the other one. I'm telling you.
We already knew that.
But he posted a picture on Twitter of his son's dick and butt. His son had a hernia, and he was like,
what?
he was like saying some shit about it, and like I forgot what the caption was, but it wasn't good. It was something along the lines of like, I gotta take his ass to the doctor or something.
Oh my god!
He posted that on the internet, and everyone immediately was obviously like, "This is not okay. You're posting a fucking baby's private parts on the internet." And then he deleted it. Was like, "I got hacked."
Oh my god.
And then his fucking girlfriend came out, his baby mama, Krishan, and was like, was basically saying she's gonna press charges and like he's out of control, this and that. They're both out of control. And then there's another picture of her with the baby. She's like at a Walmart line, and she's holding the baby, and the baby's neck, the back of his head is basically touching his spine. She is not
it was
giving
in like
any
one of
head
the
support.
The holster things.
Yeah, it was
Like
one of
baby
those front
holster
ones.
No.
And the baby was just leaning.
The
back.
neck is just. I heard you're not
She had
supposed to do
the
that
front
because
backpack.
they can get fucked up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the head's supposed to be kept up like proper.
Fucking idiots. Yeah, you have to give them head support, and you're not supposed to let them like sleep on their back all the time, or else they get that flat head in the back when they
who
get
would've
older.
thought?
You can mold your baby's head.
You actually can, yeah.
If you're rich enough, you can go to the like a doctor or
And get a
somebody.
helmet.
Oh yeah,
You can get a little helmet.
you're absolutely right. Yeah, but I thought the helmet was more like when a baby's head isn't like it's not developing fast enough, and they gotta block
Damn.
it.
I think
So
it works
let's
both
say
ways.
let's say if you're an irresponsible parent and
Yeah.
the baby's head comes out like
Save your Blueface.
say you're Blueface or
Say
and
you're
Krishan.
Blueface, the rapper Blueface.
And the baby grows up, will their head be like that?
How?
It
Like
could
if you have
be.
them on their back?
Like yeah, yeah. Like I just like
There are some babies that have like a smooth back.
Yeah.
I'm
have you
imagining-
noticed people like that?
Imagining
That's probably
a
'cause of that.
smooth head in the back.
Yeah, they probably had very busy parents.
Oh no!
I can't get around to flipping my baby around. Just leave him.
And they were busy with a crack pipe.
Or you could put 2 light books in between their head, make it very like long and
Two
skinny.
light bucks.
Make it like a cone head
Yo, that's hilarious.
or a flat head just at
A
the
little-
yeah,
top.
like a little
can
square
mold
head.
them. You can mold their heads for
You can
real.
mold the baby's head, dude.
Yeah. I want it to be more round.
Yeah. I mean, if I could choose my baby's head, I would say a cool diamond shape would be pretty neat.
That's a cool diamond
A
shape.
cool diamond shape might be kind of cool.
Like the Sims diamond.
Like the Sims diamond. Shout out Sims, man.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Sims.
So how
Those
many-
games don't exist anymore.
So after people have babies, how long do you think like the period where you don't get any sleep lasts?
a while, I would
Oh.
imagine.
Like how
for
many
like-
years do you think
Like
that lasts?
3 probably.
Like
Yeah.
the first 3 years?
Because the kid,
That bitch don't even know time.
yeah,
It
nothing.
doesn't understand that, oh, it's dark. I go sleep now.
They must wake up and be like, "This is morning. It's just early morning."
They just wake up and
Or-
like, feed me.
Kids, they don't even have the concept. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck if it's light or dark out. I'm up now. Let's have some Cheerios and stuff. Let's watch some
get
TV.
busy.
Yeah, I'm trying to
I'm-
watch Wow Wow Wubsy right
I'm
now.
up, so we're both up now.
You what?
That's like the kid's mindset. It's like I'm up, so now we're both up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Kids,
I'm up,
yeah, they're
so you're
selfish little bastards, dude. They're like,
And for
I'm
the
up.
most part, that happens.
Yeah.
Like you're up. Like when the kid wakes up, you're up now.
I remember being a little kid and liking that time by myself, to be honest.
I did too. I would go
used
around
to
the
love
house
that.
and explore and try to get into things I shouldn't be getting into.
Yeah, I used to try to be as quiet as possible. If I'd wake up at like 5 in the morning and they're still asleep, my parents,
I'd be like, yes.
I'd be like, yeah, fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I could do whatever I want right
Walk
now.
around the house.
They'll
I'd
never
climb,
catch me.
I'd climb on the kitchen counters and go to the drug cabinets and shit.
Oh my
There was
god.
nothing funner than being a little kid and getting into some shit, dude. Getting
Oh,
like
man.
up in the cupboards. Like you remember? Like, I remember my mom used to hide things. Like you remember when your mom used to hide things and you found the spot.
Yeah,
And you
all the
didn't
time.
tell her anything about it, so you just knew where it was, and she would hide things there and like, I'm in on this, but I'm undercover. She has no idea. I know. But she put like Kit Kats up there or something like that.
I never had that, bro. My mom was too cold. She would hide it in shit that she knew I didn't like.
What would you put it in?
Bro, she would put it in like fucking
The broccoli under the broccoli bag.
in the broccoli area or where the fucking fruits would go.
That's smart.
Oh, I used to hate that shit.
Like when you have to lie to your kid about Santa and hide the presents,
Bro,
you gotta find a place to hide those presents.
One time for Christmas, my mom she bought me Guitar Hero, right? But she put it in like a deep fryer box. So I opened it, and it was a deep frying box. And she was like, yeah, you can make me fish sometimes. I was like, bitch, fuck you.
Were you like 13? You were like, what the fuck?
I was like 12 or 11 or something.
I hate this.
And I opened it, and I was just standing looking at the box. I was like, bro, what is wrong with this lady?
That's a hilarious thing to fucking do to a kid. Because then the whole time they're thinking like, a deep fryer? Like, I don't even know how to...
I was like, what the fuck is this?
What is a deep fryer? What do I do with this?
And then she said open it, and I was like, all right, now we're cool. But
yeah, my Theos and Theas used to do that too because we go to Bronzeville a lot for Christmas, and they would get like a Twinkie box, and they would fucking put like $100 bill at the very bottom of it.
That's fine.
Or something like that, or like a $20. You'd be like, yes, they got me. And then you get a snack.
And then you get a little snack.
It would always be food shit and stuff.
And then you got a little snack.
You get a little snack. That's a dangerous game parents play when they do that though.
Yeah.
You're gonna find out if your kid's a real dickhead or not. Like you give them let's say I don't know, like that, like a fucking fish fryer thing or something like that. And you open it up, and your kid starts screaming profanities at you.
I know. Or you give them like socks.
Yeah. What the fuck?
What the fuck is this, mom?
And then you're like, open the rest, you fucking asshole. Like,
ask for a Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, it's Forza 6. Thank you. Oh. This is exactly what I wanted. My god.
How much money do you think?
You're a good mom. I love you.
How much money do you think our parents collectively spent on toys and kid shit?
Fuck, man.
Oh man,
it has to be.
What an interesting question.
Above 100,000.
Yeah.
Between all three of
No.
Between all three of us. Let's say add it up between you, me, and Gio.
Nah.
Nah, I think it's 100,000.
Okay, when did your mom stop buying you shit?
Like
we're talking kids, like you're not talking like strollers and stuff. You're talking about like toys, like gifts.
Yeah, let's say like toys and gifts. Let's say toys and gifts.
Are we
and, like,
including
things I
game
wanted.
systems?
Yes, include those two.
Yeesh.
It has to be 100 G's or more.
Game systems each.
Yeah,
They
and
were
video
like-
games. I'm including video games.
Are we
too.
adjusting for inflation? Because a PS2 back in the day was like a high $200.
Let's do it
Now it
for-
would be like 400.
Let's do it
500.
for how the money was at that time. I still
Okay.
think it's above 100K.
I'm not saying over 100.
I might say like
But between
15
all
grand.
three of us, it total.
I would say
I
less
think
than
100K.
5.
Less than 5 G's.
Yeah.
That's not true, Gio.
Fuck
That can't
no,
be. Did
Gio.
you ever
My
get a
mom wouldn't-
console?
Huh?
Did you ever get a console?
Yeah, I had a Dreamcast.
Okay, that's gotta be like
A
what,
PS2.
100 something.
Each game is like $30-$40, bro.
Yeah.
Easily.
But I didn't have a lot of games. I wouldn't get a lot of games.
PS2s were
Think
like
about all the systems you
270.
had though. Add it all up. Add up all the games, especially when the games got more expensive. Because at one point they were 30, and then when it jumped to
Like $60.
it jumped to 60 at one
Yeah.
point, and now they're like fucking 65, 70.
Fuckers, dude.
I'm,
I think
I'm
when we were
still saying
young,
less
though,
than 5.
what's the most? I can't even
crazy.
think about like a really expensive gift my parents got me.
If we're not
Aside
including
from
clothes, we're just saying games and like little toys and shit.
Games,
Under
toys,
5.
and anything like you wanted. Like if you asked, like I really want this.
Oh, like
Stuff
a pair
that.
of shoes or
Under-
something.
Pair of
Under
shoes,
5.
stuff like that.
Because I never
I-
asked her to buy me like a lot of shit.
I don't know, Gio.
Gio,
Because
I
your mom probably
disagree,
didn't stop
man.
buying you shit until you were like 15.
You know, I want you,
know
after
what I mean?
after you
Ask
leave
her?
here, I want you to ask her, like, Mom, do you think between the ages of 0 to 13, do you think you spent more than $5,000 on me on toys and
On
like,
toys
video game
alone?
systems?
She's
gonna
gonna
say,
exaggerate
she's
it.
gonna say, hell yeah.
She'd be like 30,000. Yeah, she'd be like, I spent.
But she didn't. I didn't have
50,000.
like expensive toys. I had a lot of like dollar toys, like
Okay.
cheap ass toys.
Yeah, I
So
don't know.
toys alone would probably be way under 1,000.
I used to get a lot of. I was an only child too. I got a lot of toys as a kid.
I was a big
Yeah.
toy boy, like Legos.
but it was a lot of small like Beanie Babies and stuff like that. Like random
didn't
shit.
have- see, I didn't have
Legos
that.
were pricey, dude.
Legos were
Yeah.
expensive.
I remember like the times I would get the good Lego shit would be Christmas, and I would have to ask for it, and it'd be like $85 in fucking 2002 money. So it was very
Oh my
expensive.
God.
I got a badass police fucking
Like a station?
little jailhouse station. Yeah, had little dogs and like a motorcycle and shit. It was
I
absolutely
love
sick.
shit like that.
It was
Legos
absolutely
are,
sick.
Legos are a good toy, man.
Legos are awesome.
Legos are a good toy.
Nah, I'm still thinking under 5.
Nah, you
So
gotta
they-
ask.
I don't think
I
so,
think you
dude.
gotta ask.
The value of toys was not that high.
Gio, if you divide it out like that, let's say she stopped paying for your shit at 15.
okay.
That means she spent. You said 50.
5,000
$3,000 a year.
5,000.
He said under 5,000 total.
Total.
Between 0 to 15.
Total.
I'm telling him hell no.
Dude, there's no way.
Yeah.
There's absolutely
Gio,
How
no
many
way.
toys did y'all have?
You are gonna call her live on the air and ask her right now.
Bro, that's a lot of years. There's no way she spent that.
Yeah, dude, it's more, Gio. Think
What
about
is- am I
it's just
retarded?
video games. But like I said, the jump from 30 to 60. Even let's say if you only had 5 games, 60 times 5, $300. That's already 10% or of what 3,000. That's all. That's like 5% of what you said she spent already.
So the last thing she bought me was a PS4.
Gio, you said she spent $5,000 on you. That means she. Okay, I knew this was the number. I didn't want to make sure I wasn't stupid. That means she spent $333 on you and 33 cents.
Bro,
A year?
333.
That's bullshit. No way.
I didn't ask for a lot of shit, bro.
There's no way in hell. That means she spent $1 on you a day. Less than $1 on you a day. Like you're
such a cheap kid.
Yeah.
Just such a good kid.
Just toys and like electronics and like shit that I asked for. And that was it.
Dude.
You'd be a dream kid, dude.
I was a good
You'd be
kid.
the best kid in the fucking
I didn't
world.
ask for shit.
I want a fucking bubble gum, mom.
Now we added
That's
like
it.
baseball stuff, maybe like 1,000.
Yeah. Oh.
So like 6,000.
I would imagine a baseball bat has got to run you like.
All right, so I'm gonna
50,
give you
$60.
the
Damn, am I poor?
I'm gonna give you
poor.
I'm gonna give you
dude. I don't think so.
I'm gonna give you the criteria, and then you can ask your mom. All right, so
Okay.
toys, video games, and video game systems.
I didn't get toys after like 7 because I didn't care about
But
toys.
still include toys.
Okay.
Toys, video games, and video game systems, and anything that you wanted, like in general, like beyond like the necessities. So let's say like
asking.
The
action
clothes and shoes
figures
and stuff that would get it.
include the shoes.
Because every
Include
time,
the
Okay,
shoes.
we're including shoes then.
I'm including
every
the
time
shoes.
school came around, you get yourself a cool pair of Vans or something like that. That's
Yeah.
$45.
I'm not counting back
once
to
or
school.
twice a year.
I won't count back to school because that's a
That's not-
necessity.
Oh, okay.
But I'll count like things. But I just want my Geo wants. Let's call them the Geo wants.
The Geo
list.
ones.
The
Geo
Geo
wants
wants
this.
list. Did you texted her?
Yeah, just tell
How'd
her.
you ask it?
I didn't ask her yet. I'm gonna wait for her to
Okay,
respond.
wait for it later. And then I'm genuinely curious to know.
Yeah, because I would say probably $10,000. Like up until like they stopped buying me things.
I would say 10,000. Yeah.
Dude, it's got to be a lot.
I always say 10,000 or more.
Yeah,
same
because
thing.
every year they had to have spent around 1,000 on shit that I want.
Especially if it's like if I factor out like let's just say not things that like I just wanted, but let's say everything like all the expenses for having a kid, it's probably more than $100,000.
Yeah, bro. Because
Like
that's
food and like
counting
everything.
food, yeah, travel,
all that stuff, travel,
yeah.
going places.
Daycare.
It's $100,000.
when you when you look
hell.
at everything you spend on a kid, it's super fucking expensive. Don't they say it's like $100,000 or something more than that?
No,
like, by the time they're
surprised.
18, is that what you'll spend on a kid?
They did this study in 2007, so this is outdated. But that in 2007, they said to raise a kid from 0 to 18, on average, it costs $1 million in the United States.
Jesus.
Now,
Christ.
Yo, there's
now,
no way. There's no
that's,
way.
That's probably about $3.5 million.
$1 million
Yes, on average,
What?
from 0 to
Yeah.
18.
Bro, that
Including-
can't be.
That's everything. That's I think it
Well,
included
18
like
is- that's
college.
pretty old, yeah.
Included like college and everything.
Bro,
Okay.
everything is just dummy.
Let's
high
cut that
now.
down to half because not all kids go to college. Not all kids get the good
no,
stuff.
you're not gonna cut it
cars.
down to half. You're saying $500,000? No, it's gonna be $1 million, bro. Come on.
$1 million? Like, okay,
On average.
if we let's say our parents spent $10,000, let's say $20,000 on each of us.
Okay.
Well, up until we were 15, 16, something like that. How much more can we possibly spend until 18? A car. Let's throw in $8,000
car,
for that.
insurance on the car.
Let's throw in another
Come on, man.
$3,000
Those
for
things
that.
add up. The kid wants to start eating out and going places.
Yeah, if you don't count college and stuff like that.
That motherfucker better get a job.
For real, man.
Yeah. Oh, dude, having a bum kid. We've
Look, now
talked
that
about
I'm-
this before.
Now
but
I'm getting to that age. I'm like, that bitch better have a job.
yeah.
Yeah, get a job by 15.
I'm making my
Yeah.
kid get a job for sure.
I wish
Yeah.
I had gotten a job earlier, honestly.
Yeah.
Because I hated being broke between the ages of 15 to like 17.
Yeah.
Like just trying to scrounge for money. And then by the time I was 18, I got a job. I was like, this is nice. I have fucking money, but
I can do shit now.
And then there's some of these kids that they'll go to college and their parents will just pay for everything and they don't have to have a job so they can focus on school.
Yeah.
But I feel like that doesn't really teach a good lesson.
I don't think so
You
either,
should
man.
do a little bit of work.
100%.
You have to.
Even if it's just part-time.
Yeah, because imagine you've never. Because
You should
I
do
knew
something.
people, dude, like at my job that had never had a job before their corporate job. I'm like, how is that even possible?
that's a mistake.
Well, I knew like one person that was like that. I was like,
That's-
how's that even possible?
I don't know. I think you need real-world experience.
Yeah.
Even if it's like flipping hamburgers or if it's working at a retail, you need some kind of experience with people in the real world. Even just to like hone your social skills and be comfortable like
True.
eat like a social function, you know what I mean? Or things like
Yeah.
that. Like let's say if you're a college kid and you go directly from college to corporate and you've never had a real job, it's gonna be a very difficult adjustment in that environment as opposed to someone who's actually worked and been around people they don't know before.
Yeah,
in
because
my
college will help you socialize, but you need to learn how to like accept authority, accept all that type of shit, and
Like
Yeah.
get used to
work
working,
with people.
you
Yeah,
know?
have like deadlines, stuff like that. Because then
Well,
you're
that's
just living through life
school.
willy nilly.
That's college.
But no
Nah,
one gives
college
a
is
fuck
chill
about
though,
it
man.
until college. So if you learn all your lessons in college, I feel like it's too late. I didn't give a shit about high school. I'll tell you that
I didn't
much.
give a shit at all about
And
high
somehow I
school.
made it out with a few college credits. How'd they let us do that? Dual credit. You guys let me fucking skip a few classes?
High school is
I didn't
just-
learn a damn thing.
High school was just annoying but fun because like you didn't really have to do too much.
anything.
Fuck native
At
son,
all.
dude. Yeah.
I do
I
wish
didn't
I
do
had probably
shit.
did a little bit better to save more money in college.
Yeah.
But, whatever.
That's the thing that I wish I would have done. And that's what I tell my little sister. And I know she's doing the same thing I'm doing, where people are telling her, apply for the scholarships, and she's not doing it. I had a buddy who went to a good college, had really good grades and shit, and he signed up for a lot of scholarships. And he would tell me that like two people or like one other person would sign up for it, and it'd be like $3,000.
Yeah,
and he got like
that's
5 of those
solid,
or whatever,
man.
and he got like a good, nice ride.
It's
to
all just
college.
putting in the effort, which is like I didn't really learn at that age until like it was too late. I was
Yeah, they
already,
give
like,
you a
18.
counselor and shit that you can go talk to about college. I didn't utilize it once.
I didn't do that shit one time.
I didn't go one time, and my counselor was fine, and I still didn't go. It still wasn't enough for me to care about college.
I think like when you're at that age, you're just so in the moment of like thinking about what's next, like
Yeah.
what's right away, like what's happening right now and what's happening like later today. You're not really thinking about what's happening in 4
I
years,
just didn't care.
5 years.
Yeah,
I just didn't care.
didn't give a fuck.
Unless you're
Couldn't be
fucking-
bothered.
Unless you're a smart kid and you're thinking like, all right, let me prepare myself so I'm not
Yeah.
fucking you
Yeah.
know,
I
shit
still
out
had
of luck.
silly dreams, dude, when I was like graduating high school. I still thought I was gonna be a marine biologist and shit.
He said that was a silly
I
dream.
gotta study the dolphins.
That's not a silly dream.
It's actually kind of a
No,
cool career.
it's not a silly dream, but it's a very hard job to break into.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Yeah, I mean-
especially here in Texas.
You made it sound like it was like, oh, I'm gonna be an astronaut or something.
Okay, now that's
I
a
can still be
crazy one.
president.
That's a crazy one.
Yeah, we will all still be president.
Yeah.
We all still could be
After
president.
seeing, you guys know who Lauren Boebert
Do you
is?
think you can be president? I cannot be president.
Let me ask you.
I do a bad job up on that podium. I'm not a good speaker.
Speaking of politicians, do you guys know who Lauren Boebert is?
No.
no, it's a stupid name.
It's a very stupid. name.
Boebert?
She's this very hard right-wing
Yeah.
Republican congresswoman or senator, whatever,
Uh-huh.
in Colorado. Very hard right-wing. Like she's January 6th hard, right?
Oh.
Bitch is nuts.
Hard as
Like
hell.
she posts the craziest stuff on social media, like the Jews are killing people, stuff like that, like crazy
God.
shit.
Still?
She's nuts.
She's a politician, an active politician.
Yes, active politician posts stuff like that on social media.
I know who you're talking about now because that video that you're gonna say.
Yeah,
But
and she just
wow.
posts like fake, legitimately fake like articles and studies. Like she's crazy.
At a certain point,
Um,
freedom of speech, you
listen.
need to be reprimanded.
She went to a play, right? I forgot what kind of play it was, but it was like a children's play.
Yeah.
Like, and there were parents there with their children, and she was there with like her longtime boyfriend or whatever. And she was hitting her vape in the play. She was on her phone watching videos.
Oh.
Disturbing people, right?
But there's
being
worse.
super loud and obnoxious, hitting her vape, blowing it, and the lady behind her asked her really nicely, "Hey, can you please stop? Like my kids are here. Like stop. Like you're irritating my throat. Like I don't want the vape." And she was like, "Fuck off!" Like she was super rude,
What are you, Jewish? Fuck you.
bro. listen. And then she was with her man. She grabbed her man's hands and put them on her titties.
She did that?
Yes, and
That's
then
fly.
I
The
thought
man
he did that on his own.
The man was just fondling her shit real nice.
That's
right?
oh
fly.
my god.
And then she like leaned over because listen, he's sitting on the right, she's sitting on the left. She leaned over and she put her hands on his fucking bird and she started rubbing his fucking
That's
meat.
who that was?
Yeah.
She started rubbing his shit. And keep in mind, this is, you know how I know all this? It's all on camera.
Yeah.
I
She's
didn't know-
literally, she's at the end, she's like an aisle seat, and she's on camera rubbing her dude's crotch.
On the end of an aisle seat.
Yes.
Bro, that's fly,
That's
man.
insane. In the middle of everything,
That's
not in the back, not in the front.
Yes.
She's right there in the fucking middle of everything. And I didn't know this up until like, you know, when the Batman thing happened. But they got cameras everywhere in movie theaters, bro.
100%.
They have like fucking 6 of them, like all over the place, and they're good. They're pretty good cameras.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, that's swag. That's fly.
Nah, bro, that's like.
It
It would be cool. It would be cool if they did it in private in the back, and someone caught me like, you caught me. I'm getting my tits rubbed. You know what I mean?
They were at a kids play?
They were
Yeah,
a
I think
kids
it's a
play.
kids play.
But if you're being obnoxious and loud about it,
Just hitting your vape.
what play was she at? Hold on,
I
let me
don't
look
know.
it up.
Look it up.
Let me look it up.
But
Some sexy kid plays. It was Grease.
sexy kid play.
Yo, you know how horny you gotta be for you to like grab your man and say, yo, touch my titties now.
They must have been very horny. I feel like she's probably drunk or something to be that horny.
She's probably
at a
high
fucking-
off her ass.
Maybe, bro, because like that shit is wild. And apparently, at one point, you know, she had like a Tinder.
She did?
Yes.
Oh, okay, I know who this is.
She was watching Beetlejuice.
No.
It was a Beetlejuice.
It was
play.
a kids' play of Beetlejuice.
The least sexiest play in the world.
Not sexy.
It was a musical of that. That's
It's a kids play.
Beetlejuice the musical, dude. Yeah, that's crazy.
She's getting her titties rubbed at the Beetlejuice
Getting her
musical.
tits rubbed.
And
I
that's
mean,
that's a congresswoman. That's a fucking. She represents a
She represents
constituency.
Colorado.
wow, man.
She represents that town of people, that area of Colorado. Can you believe that?
Shit.
Holy. I mean, and
That's
the people,
fucking
the people
crazy.
from that area. What do you think they think? You think they're like, yeah?
They support her. They're very. Colorado has it's like 90% blue, but it has pockets where it's
That's crazy.
extremely hard right and
Yeah.
crazy.
just a bunch of white people living in the mountains.
Yeah, pretty
We
much.
ain't going down there.
I feel like they're probably like, yeah, she's one of us.
Yeah.
I've done that at a play before.
Yeah, they probably- yeah.
They voted for her multiple
Who else
times.
hasn't masturbated at Beetlejuice?
Because if you you know, you could definitely construe this story to be like, this is kind of cool. Like
It's
this
a
is
little
kinda
cool.
sick.
It's a
Like,
little cool.
The second
But-
half was
yeah.
kind of
For
cool,
both
and
of
then I
them.
was like, oh, it's a kid's
But it's,
play.
Yeah,
the
she's
fact
getting her
that
tits rubbed. He's-
This is somebody who's representing
It's
our
wild.
country.
But then it's a
like this is
politician.
fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, you can't at a kid's play. If someone was doing that around my kid,
Yo, that's
I'd be
fucking
pretty upset,
crazy.
man. That's crazy.
Bro, fucking Pee Wee Herman got in trouble for beating off at a porn theater. But this bitch can get her shit off at a kid's play?
You would imagine that would be all right. Once you go into the theater at a porn theater, that it's okay to beat off.
You should be allowed to beat off at a porn
What is it
theater,
for?
bro.
Yeah, it was bullshit.
If
It
it's
was
not for
bullshit.
that, then what is it for?
They just got him because he was famous, bro.
Am I supposed to watch
Yeah.
this and remember it later? Run to the car and just try to speed home so I can beat off and remember what I saw?
You know, it's such a strange scene. In
I'm gonna fucking forget this.
you guys seen Taxi Driver?
Nah.
Yeah.
So in that movie, he takes a chick on the first date.
Yeah.
He takes her. He's like, let's go to the movies. He takes her to a porn theater.
Oh, I think he told me, yeah.
He's just staring at the screen.
And he's surprised when she doesn't like it,
and
right?
she's like, why would you take me here?
Yeah.
And he's
So
like,
when
"Why
they
you don't
sit
like it?"
down, like it seems like it's a normal theater, and then
No,
No,
when they
it
sit
looks
down,
horrible.
she's like
Oh.
looking around. She's like, why are we here? And
all
she's sitting
dingy
down.
and shit.
Where are the women?
And the
Yeah.
movie starts, and she's like horrified, and she's like, oh, and she gets up and like walks away, and then he runs out after. He's like, why are you leaving? What happened? What happened?
yeah,
What'd I do?
yeah. You talking to me,
He's like, these are the movies I like. This is who I am.
dude?
Man,
That's
when New York was real.
That's kind of filthy, dude.
It makes New York look so gritty and disgusting, bro.
Yeah.
Because it is.
It was at the time.
I
I think
honestly,
it is now.
I don't think it's like that now.
it's
man.
cleaned up now.
It's
sure,
nothing.
guys?
It's not. I've been in New York like 3 times. It's nothing like Taxi
I
Driver.
get what you're saying, but it's a lot different.
Okay, but did you guys go to the nice parts? Because that's where the tourists would go.
I've
no,
been- I've
even
been
Times
to-
Square
I've
is
been to-
dirty.
Yeah, Times
well,
Square. is
that's where
pretty
I would
dirty.
imagine it'd be like dirty with trash and stuff. But
I've
like
been
It's
to-
dirty with people.
dirty with trash is one thing. Like
It's
that's
dirty with rats.
normal. But like that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Dirty with like food on the floor and rats and
I think
all
it was
kinds of cockroaches and shit.
actually cleaner than here. Honestly,
No,
Nah.
that can't. We have too much space here.
I think there was less trash and.
If I
that I saw
drive
there
out
than I
here
did here,
to
bro.
go to my house, I won't see trash on the floor until like 15
Bro,
minutes. From
I've
then.
passed by huge spaces of like going here next to the highway where it's just like huge fields, just trash everywhere.
Oh, disgusting.
I did not see that in New York.
I hate seeing that. And then there's
Nah,
certain areas.
New York is dirtier, bro.
It's dirty, but like, bro, maybe because here you're around green more, so the trash stands out. I don't know. I feel like there's so
literally-
much trash here.
There's trash on the sidewalks. You can't miss it in New
That
York.
is true. That's how they
can't
pick it up.
miss it.
You have to go. You have to walk into the street, or
It's
you have
part
to
of the
go through a
city.
restaurant to go around. That shit is horrible, bro.
And it's all built on top of itself. Like
It's disgusting.
you see when they break down the pavement, dude, and under it is like
oh,
it's like 2 stories down, and it's like sewage and pipes and all
Yeah,
kinds
that
of
is- that
crazy
is
looking.
and we're
very
shit.
talking about above ground. We haven't
Yeah.
even got to the subways yet.
Oh, dude.
That must- those would be
Subways are the
filthy.
worst.
Must smell like piss everywhere. You've been. I mean,
can't
you've gone to
imagine.
the subways, all that stuff.
Not in New York.
Oh, you haven't?
No, I haven't
You
been
gotta
to
do
New York
it.
subway. I have to go sometime soon. I never have time.
I have to
when
go sometime. Like it's
I have to
like a
go.
good movie
I
that you
have
heard
to check it out.
about.
'Cause I'm just curious to see what it's like.
Yeah.
Because I went to the one in
Let's check 'em
Japan,
out.
but Japan is not.
It's
probably
nowhere near the same.
Japan's probably way better than New York.
Probably
I went on.
cute animations on the screens
I,
and stuff.
I was on the subway. I went on the fucking subway in San Francisco this
Yeah.
past week, right? Disgusting.
Yeah?
Fucking
Really?
gross, bro. Like it's very like it's nice looking and like futuristic and stuff, but on the subway, there's fucking homeless people talking to themselves. There was a guy who was taking up 2 seats and he was just legitimately passed out in the seat, not moving. Like he looked like he was dead. Like a young guy, like in
How
his
packed
20s.
is the butt? Like, is it like people need a seat?
No, it wasn't that bad.
Okay.
It was just,
But still, he's
it was
out.
just shocking seeing a young person just completely drugged out of it, fucking
I've been
passed
there
out.
before.
You're on your right shit today, AB. San Francisco is going to shit.
Hell yeah, it's going to shit.
going to fucking shit. I tell
Oh,
you that.
dude, I 100% agree that's going to shit.
That's too loud, I think.
The people who live there will tell you it's going to shit.
And
Yeah.
fondle your wife's titties at the theater.
Fondle your wife's titties at the theater. 'Cause that's awesome.
Find your wife's titties at the theater. Get these homeless out of fucking San Francisco. No,
Bro,
but no,
it's
I've seen
disgusting.
pictures and it does look.
It's not
It's
their
far
fault.
too many.
It's not their fault.
It's the city's
No,
fault.
it's not San Francisco's fault.
No, it's not the homeless people's fault.
Oh, I mean,
I
They
feel
were
like
there first.
find a secluded place to tweak out if you want. Don't do
Yeah,
it on
man.
the sidewalk.
No,
in a
I was-
No, the sidewalk is the best place to do it.
Nah,
people
it's-
watching.
Gio, it's bad
If you're
because-
off meth, you want to people watch.
They
Hell
do it in
yeah.
front of people's houses. Imagine if somebody set up a tent in front of your apartment and there were
can't
4
do-
of them.
They
You
can
know
do
what's
that
funny?
legally there.
Yeah, legally you can camp
like-
in tents.
Wait,
They're
hold
like,
on.
Yo, I used to live here. They
Yeah.
kicked me
I
out.
used to
and I
live
stayed
here.
right
I'm never
here.
moving.
I'm never
They threw all
leaving.
my clothes out the window and I stayed right here.
I haven't moved it since.
I haven't moved since.
I picked up what I need and I drop it back down when I don't need it. So you're telling me in San Francisco, a neighborhood like this,
Yes.
somebody could set up a tent on the sidewalk right there,
Yeah.
and there's legally nothing you can do about it.
Yes.
You can't say it's like a safety hazard, like
No.
a something.
No, you can't do
Because
shit.
it's legal. Because public
legal.
camping.
That can't be
Public
right.
camping is legal.
It's legal,
They
yeah.
They voted on that themselves, which is their own
Because
fault.
all the homeless people were voting.
Nah.
Citizens.
There was no one with a house that
It's
voted.
because the citizens over there are
They've
very
never
much.
filed for taxes, dude. They've never filed their taxes.
I think
the
it's-
government doesn't know they exist, really.
The citizens over there are very much into like virtue signaling. Like we want to do the right thing. Like let's make sure these people are taken care of. But then when it actually comes to their front door, they're like, "Holy shit, this is horrible."
Yeah.
I don't want them to camp in front of my front door. I didn't.
Yeah.
I think camping was okay, but not in front of my house.
I wanted that for y'all.
Yeah.
Not for me.
Well,
for
but
me.
over there, that house.
that
Mike's
house, not this
yeah.
house.
Isn't that house so much nicer?
Like I was reading on like a subreddit. I was just curious about the city after I left. I was reading the San Francisco subreddit. So it's people who live there.
Oh God.
There were so many threads of people who say, "Help! There's an encampment outside my house now."
Too bad.
So it's
Whereas,
called
like,
encampment. They could just set up.
They just, bro, like 4 of them will pull up and they do drugs literally out in the open, hard drugs. They inject themselves.
Yeah.
People will be walking their kids to school and people will be smoking crack on the street, injecting
Oh,
themselves with drugs in
That's
front of
rough,
your
dude.
kid.
It's like neighbors. Like what? How do you get rid of them? How do you get rid of them without provoking them too much to where they come and attack you?
You can't.
Because
You can't
I don't want to be on the wrong side
You
of
put
a
your
bunch
own tent out there, and you put a scarecrow in it.
You put a scared police officer, and he's just like a police officer uniform filled with hay. What the fuck?
And it's a recording every time you open the little thing. It's
Yeah.
like, stop.
Stop.
I live here already.
You know, like when they put up those like cutout pictures of like a police car and they put it behind
Yeah.
a tree, and you're like, fuck, a cop. When you're on like a road trip, and you're like, this is a fucking cutout board.
Oh my
Just
God.
fucking-
Or like
They
a
just
light,
tricked you.
just like a blue and red light. Like a fuzz. The fuzz are here.
What would you even
They go
do in
down
that
the block.
situation?
What would
Like,
I-
what is there?
If
You gotta fuck with them. You have to.
I would,
Yeah.
I would.
You have to
Whenever
spray 'em
they
with water and
whenever they
stuff.
walk away, I would just spray their entire. Yeah, I would do it exactly the worst. I would spray their
It's
shit
not
with
right.
water.
Dude, there was a guy in somewhere, I forget where, maybe New York.
Probably San Francisco.
It might be San Francisco.
I
He
think
had
it was.
like a
I think another video.
he had like a restaurant or something, right?
Yeah,
And
San
a shop,
Francisco.
and he came out. He had a fucking hose.
That's fucked up, bro.
That's hilarious. I am on board with
Hold
that.
on, that's foul, dude. He came out with a hose that you would water plants with, and he walked right up to them, and he was like a yard away, spraying this guy in his face.
That's fucking
for like
crazy.
3 minutes, and the guy was just like taking it. It's like stop, but he never got up or anything. He just stayed there.
Because they are a scourge of society, bro. They are destroying these businesses. They are going in front. They are bothering customers. People are not. Would you want to go to a restaurant if there's a fucking homeless encampment in front of it?
No, especially
Fuck
if
no.
especially if it seems like they're having a good time. Like,
Yeah, they're
not
doing
that
their
I don't want
drugs,
them to
they're
have a good
partying.
time, but like, yeah, they're partying. They have like TVs and like ACs and shit.
Bro, they be
It's like,
cooking
bro,
inside
come
them
on.
tents, man.
Save a little money and like figure it out. You don't want to live like this.
They
Like,
just don't have anywhere to go.
but
I
they
don't
got
care.
a
Don't go here.
PS4. That's the old model, but they got one. Working off of your hotspot on your phone and shit.
Working up your hotspot.
Dude, bank
He's just
account.
yelling, playing Madden
Yeah.
outside of your restaurant.
You're pissed as fuck. You just lost the game of 2K. It's my connection, dude. It's my fucking connection. Now that's that true San
Yo,
Francisco
that's
homeless person
hilarious.
connection. You didn't say Walmart connection, your dollar store
Walmart.
connection. Yeah, he's got that. He's got that Starbucks connection, dude. He's
Oh my God.
fighting
bro.
for bandwidth.
But I would be seriously frustrated if a bunch of homeless people pulled up right outside of my house and
I
did.
mean, what would you do? Like,
I would.
Are
I
you
would do what
allowed-
that guy did. I would spray them with water.
are you allowed to
Yeah.
fuck with them?
Yeah, they're on my property.
Yeah,
Literally,
so-
I pay for this house.
If I
would
put
be
a sprinkler
so
out
pissed.
there for my lawn and it hits them also,
I would leave the sprinkler
That's
on
not so
for
bad.
hours on end.
Yeah, just leave it on all day. I don't
Yes.
care about my grass anymore.
Yeah, let their
Just
shit get
mush.
drenched. For real, bro.
Yo,
Or you could
man.
cook, find out what they don't like, and cook some really bad. Find out if one of them's allergic. Get
Yeah.
get in there and
Sprinkle peanuts in there.
yeah, smear some peanut butter on his fucking nose while he's asleep, while he's tweaked out.
I would light dog poop on fire and put it near their tent.
Holy
shit! Now you're doing little kid tactics. Yeah, you ding dong ditch them every day on the hour, and you run back in your house. Who is
Damn.
that? They unzip it. They can't unzip it fast enough. They won't
I
get
mean,
you.
hey, like I don't have anything against them, okay? But just don't, not in front of people's businesses, not in front of their houses. Go to like secluded areas and camp. You know?
It's the government's responsibility, I feel,
Yes.
to find a place.
100%.
And listen, if they want to do encampments there, well, now you got District 9. But if you want to do encampments there, put them all there and let them live there, and then have like a little hub area where they can like go for treatment or
It's
go-
tough.
Not like
I feel bad for him.
treatment's the wrong word, but like necessities or something.
Yeah.
There's like a little vending machine they can go to, but it's a person for free.
A designated area.
Yeah.
Like use all the money that they're putting into the government for that problem and use it for that. Like I don't know what it's going for if it's not going for to make places like that. I don't know.
We must utilize homeless people. It's so much manpower.
It's an untapped resource.
It's an untapped. Yeah, it truly
but
is an
you gotta
untapped
think like
resource.
this.
Really,
A lot of them don't want to work. or they can't. They're mentally ill and they can't. And then I would honestly say probably 75%, 80% don't want to work.
What if we paid them
And they're
in
probably
drugs?
happier than I am.
What if
They
we
might
paid them
be.
in drugs, guys?
I don't know.
What if we
We
paid
pay
them
them in drugs.
Yeah, what if you paid them in drugs? You're allowed to do your drugs to a very small minimum to where you're still functioning. And then when you get off your shift, you can do all the drugs you want, but you better be back here tomorrow and I'll give you more.
Imagine you have a Walmart greeter and they're just fucking half out of it.
Yeah. Well, no, he has to sober up a little bit. He has to be functioning still. Or
At
you get
work.
You get them doing easy jobs where they're just like some landfill shit, some random bullshit shit that doesn't require any skill.
I cannot trust them to do that.
Someone's got to have to be there watching them and yelling
As
at
a
them.
business owner, are you going to trust them to do that?
No. I'm saying I'm talking about like some prison job type shit. Like,
That's even worse.
Like,
picking
okay,
up trash,
like-
picking up
That's
trash
the
on the
worst.
side.
but you're paying them. You're paying them.
I thought you meant like a CO. I was like, wait, that's the worst job that you can have.
You get him a corrections officer. I gotta go fucking piss in I'm on probation for being homeless. For being too homeless. I got too crazy.
You're far too homeless. You're on probation.
Oh
So
my
you're far too
God.
homeless. This is a crime.
You're far too homeless.
It says here you've been homeless for 5 years. This is officially a crime now. You're going to jail, son.
I think they just need to move them to Maine or some shit.
They just need to get a really
But that's not a
easy
solution.
job.
You're just sending them to another state.
but there's no one there.
There are people. The people there are going to be pissed that they have this influx of homeless people.
Hold on, Gio. That's not a bad
We get
idea.
a nice farm in Montana.
Yeah.
And just let them roam.
Yeah.
And we put a gate around it.
Make it like a national park.
Yeah.
You go in there, that's the homeless people's. That's their land. We don't mess with the wildlife here. The wildlife out there is dangerous. They have like signs. Beware, don't leave your kids behind you.
Don't pick up. Don't pick them up.
Yeah. If you
Oh
see
my
eyes
God.
in the bushes and shit, you don't stay there after dark. You get the fuck out of there. No, but I mean that's not a bad idea, dude. You get like a very secluded rural place. You get them some sort of little civilization where they have like a little store, they have a little stuff, but they're homeless. No, that won't work.
That won't work.
The
They have
government would
nobody to beg from.
The government would
How
have
would
to
they
They're
pay
ever
gonna
for
have
it.
kids.
They have no jobs for them there.
Yeah.
Because
They're gonna
it's
have fucking
begging.
kids and shit. It's gonna be bad.
It's only begging.
Everything would have to be government provided.
Everything
If
would
they
have
did
to be
that.
government
like
provided.
food and drugs and all that.
Or we could teach them how to self-sustain. Get them out there farming.
Like a commune.
yeah.
Get them out there farming.
Get them out there
Bro.
farming with some cattle.
There's gonna be a lot that don't want to do shit.
Nah.
They're just gonna want to chill. The community's gonna go to shit right away.
I ain't going to work today.
Yeah.
I ain't going to fucking work.
I said I don't want to. I'm high as hell.
Yeah, all of a sudden they go from having no accent to having an accent when they arrive in Montana.
Yeah. You do a little speed. You do a little fucking whatever. You get a country accent. You get yourself
accent
a country
develops.
Accent. An accent develops from the drugs, dude.
But dude,
Wow.
I did see a lot of people talking to themselves, legit, like babbling to themselves.
That's the scariest shit in the
loudly.
world.
That shit is scary, bro.
Loudly.
Yeah.
It's like very loudly on the street.
You ever walk by a big group of homeless people?
No.
Like I'm talking like 4+.
Yes.
4+, like on the sidewalk. You got to walk real close. There's a street right by you.
Yeah.
It is not a fun feeling.
I feel bad.
I feel bad, but I also feel like one of these motherfuckers might flip out.
They might
you
try
know?
and stab you. They might try
Yeah.
and steal some shit from you.
They
Like
trick
there's
me.
a lot of crime in San Francisco, bro.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh yeah, San Francisco's wild. It's a little
I-
wild place.
You feel bad, but it's like at a certain. It's how many times we talked about homeless people. These guys like at a certain
These
point, dude,
guys.
as you get older and shit. Like, listen, we didn't all come from like a shit ton of money. We had awesome lives, blah blah. We had good lives.
Yeah.
We had what we needed, but like we worked hard to get to where we are.
$5,000 in toys.
Brother,
I don't want to hear any more about that until we get verification.
$333 a year on toys.
Here, $1 a day.
Yeah.
$1 a day.
Less
He's such
than $1 a
such
day.
a cheap, low maintenance guy.
You could buy
Gio.
Gio a toy. You could buy Gio a Power
$1
Ranger.
a day.
A Power Ranger toy. But like it's how do you feel that bad? Because you're like, man, these people must be okay with this in a way.
I mean,
They must be.
Everybody has their own stuff, you know. You never know their battles that they're facing.
We got to pick them all.
true.
We got to round them up and we got to fucking rehabilitate them.
I thought you was gonna say something else.
I think I like your idea, Gio, but I think we take them far away to some rural areas and we don't set them free like wildlife. We put them in a fucking thing.
in jail.
Yeah.
Put 'em in a thing, put 'em in a
We
jail.
have to essentially put them in military camp, dude. We have to put them in military school.
You need a drill instructor to fucking
Yeah.
rile them up.
Yeah, we need to put them in boarding school, and we need a drill instructor. That might not be a bad idea. Get some military
Yo,
sergeants
this
out
is
The
there.
guy from
Crazy.
the guy from Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah,
bro.
you break them down. You break them down their will like horses, and then you.
That would be fucking insane.
That's evil.
But I think
Yeah.
the drugs would be a big problem because a lot of them are on drugs, and once you
Yes.
take that away, they're gonna have heavy withdrawals.
Yeah.
They're gonna do anything to get drugs, including crime, hurting each other, taking shit from each other. Like
Yes.
That's why you take care of them during that time. whatever. You let them.
You nurse them back to health.
Yeah, you nurse them back to health. I've seen Basketball Diaries. You lock them in a room for a week. You feed them through the hole in the wall until they're not screaming anymore, and then you let them out and you start to slowly introduce them to life. I think all these people need. I don't know, man. You know what? We got to get to the root of the problems. We got to stop drugs. We got to stop these drug manufacturers. That's what it is, dude.
Drugs is the huge.
If drugs
problem.
exist, people are going to do them. Yeah, that's all there is to it.
People
too
will
fun.
always,
Yeah,
people
they're
always,
too fun.
They'll always have a way to get their hands on them.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Like illegal, legal, whatever. They'll always be able to get their hands on them. Like,
Yeah.
how do you cut the head off the snake? I don't know. Do you get rid of the cartels? Like, then somebody else comes and fills their plate? I don't know what the solution is.
Because if the drugs aren't being made here, yeah, they're going to be made in another country. You can't stop all of them. If one good truck gets in with a lot of drugs,
Yeah.
you're good.
They're going
You
to
know?
find their way to Montana.
They'll find their way to get in. Like, you could beef up border security as much as you want, but they will find ways to get in. Whether it's like flying in a plane over above and dropping it off in a field somewhere,
Just drop it over to people.
Now, what if we make
just raining down drugs.
like a military, yeah, like they're in fucking war?
Yeah,
It's
dropping down a
time!
cargo supply of
Yeah.
drugs.
What's the word I'm thinking of from Call of Duty? Supply drop? What's the word?
I would say it's a supply drop.
Yeah. I
Something
think-
like there was a word where if you kill 5 people, they drop like a.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I forgot what it was, but yeah, you call in the shit, you put the thing down, the smoke goes off,
Yeah.
and you drop the drugs right there.
Yeah.
People need them.
Yeah.
they're in, my dudes are down there.
Drop-
they need help.
drop the
Drop it in
delicious
the heart of the
fruits out.
city and let
Yeah.
them fight for it.
Little tiny parachutes of drugs. You remember
Yeah.
those little tiny parachute soldiers that you would get?
I used to love those.
I used
But
to have a
you-
lot of them.
He's holding a fucking. Yeah,
used-
he's holding like a rock.
Bro, I used to love going when we got a 2-story house. I used to love going up to the
Yes!
second story,
Yeah.
and then I would drop the motherfucker off the top and watch him.
So awesome, dude. Kids don't do things like that anymore. It's a damn shame.
No, now they need VR and fucking
Yeah.
the most expensive game system to keep them to keep
keep
them
their
entertained and
entertainment.
occupied, man.
We're fucked, guys. I think we're fucked.
I think we are. I think the amount of stimulation needed to even keep them mildly entertained is only going to increase. It's
Yeah.
going to be so much that kids are going to be extremely overstimulated.
Yeah. Yeah, they're very,
And-
and that's why when you see those TikTok videos, half of the bottom half of it is like Sonic running around, and then the top half, or like a fucking car doing a bunch of loopies, and then the top half is the actual video.
Because they need multiple things
Yeah.
to like, and it's only going to get worse to where it's probably going to be like 5 or 4 screens
Oh my god,
where there are just a bunch of things happening at once, and they're attempting to multitask. I think no one can really multitask. I
that'll
think
be kind
Bro,
of
it's
cool though,
hard,
right?
bro.
That'll
That's not-
like train our brains to focus on more slowly.
But you're
it
not
will.
focusing
Maybe
on
it will.
anything. It's just fucking noise and you're just looking at shit.
We have to be focusing. The screens have to be playing good things, not Logan Paul and
Not
stuff
Logan
like it.
Paul.
Not Logan Paul and Speed. We have to be playing like good stuff.
Educational stuff.
Yeah,
That's a
Man.
good that's a good note to end on, man.
yeah.
Oh.
Make sure your kids aren't watching bullshit, guys.
Yeah, man. No wavy videos with Sonic.
It's a wavy videos of Sonic. Only Neil deGrasse Tyson, guys.
Yeah. Take care, everybody.
Bye, guys. Yeah. Oh, yeah. But we tried to provide solutions.
I think this time we weren't bashing.